great guy. He was playing actively up until around the end of last year. He at least played in DreamHack Sweden. Played in the qualifier. He was playing in that along with, who was he? Was he with Rallen and
Hyper and those guys?
Yeah, he was. That's it. And Groovy and those guys, I think.
You sure? No, I think he played with exactly this lineup.
Oh, was it this lineup?
They just put him into the coaching role and they got in Mouse.
Okay. And also, like, he's a very merited player for 1.6. Used to play with the Taz and Neo duo for the longest time. They won a lot of WCGs or a couple of WCGs and really excelled in all the big tournaments.
But yeah, no, Lord did play with Groovy and those guys at the Katowice qualifier in 2015.
Which qualifiers?
The ESL Katowice qualifier in 2015.
All right. Well, nonetheless, he's been on a lot of Polish teams, and he has
been around for a while.
Yeah, he has a storied history. We're now ready to look at. We're not ready to look at the. We are ready to look at the map, Vito. It's come up on screen now. Fantastic. There we see GODSENT have banned Overpass, and they've banned Dust 2. That is kind of expected. Overpass at least, right, Natu?
Well, Dust 2 is the obvious one because they opt not to play the map.
Okay.
Overpass is more about them. I think it's more about them taking away strings from.
That has actually been one of the best maps previously in some of the other qualifiers. I've seen really good results from them. I don't remember who they beat, but they beat a team which, like on paper, they shouldn't in one of the qualifiers. I don't remember who it was. But they played against CSGO Lounge on this map a couple of times and lost, from what I remember, on this map. So I guess it's just like they feel like it's a respect band. They feel like CSGO Lounge might be the nemesis. In that
last time Rebecca qualifiers, they lost 12-16 on Overpass.
So what do you think about the bans for Dobry, Ex-CSGL?
I think Cobble is a respect ban out of them because that's normally a decent map for Dobry. But you know, last time they met each other, that was a pretty dominant showing from GODSENT. I think they went 16-6 at the minors on that very map, and you saw, you know, on day one here, GODSENT pretty much made minced meat out of Flipside on that map. So, Schneider said himself, they're super confident in their Cobble right now, so it makes sense for Dobry to actually just remove that right away.
Two map veto system right now is going to set up for a really, really equal map pooling between these two teams. I think both these teams like this map very much, and they're super comfortable on it. So, it could be a long night, boys.
Yeah. And again, like, just to close
a longer
night.
Night. It's already quite late here, but we're ready for some awesome Counter-Strike action. I think it will keep us awake for sure. It could be very close, this matchup, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the important factor is that we showered, we had breakfast this morning, so we're up for
the Virtus Pro reference.
I didn't have breakfast, so I know I'm done for. I'm done for.
I'm not exactly sure if you still have time to do this, but egb.com if you'd like to bet on the game or any upcoming games in the competition. Go check it out. One of our sponsors. We are the esports pool analyst desk as well, and that's Fantasy, CSGO, and maybe other games too. So go check that out.
And we're definitely not selling out.
Kaden, you were making a point just before I interjected.
Yeah, it was just about the veto. That it's the same we've been seeing from all teams with the veto process, is that they all have this one go-to ban that they just never play, and obviously kind of Inferno for CSGO Lounge and does too for GODSENT, and then the good or bad thing about having the second ban is obviously that you can remove the opponent's best. And we just see that time and time again that you try to either, not always the opponent's best, but from what's your lowest ranked that they could pick sometimes as well. So then again, it's just giving these close matchups, as we said. That's why we sometimes, or quite often, always see these kind of three mappers, because it is maps that all teams are comfortable on, and it's a team that they're prepared on.
That's really going to be interesting to see also what kind of a game is GODSENT going to be throwing at us here, because the last time we obviously didn't see much of them because it's the first time we're going to be having them on the stream. We haven't seen them play here yet. So at the minors, they opted to go for a very simplistic play style. I think we discussed this previously as well, but just going to repeat it anyway, where they would just either smoke off a couple smokes to one bomb side and then just try and plow into the other with one single pop flash. So sort of trying to rattle with their opponents, you know, if they catch a CT off guard with the grenade in their hands, kind of a thing, especially in all the crucial rounds, like the first weapon round or just right after the opponents have ecoed. Let's just try to build momentum, try to push their opponent to basically just have less confidence. So it's going to be interesting if they're going to have that approach or if they're going to be more methodical.
And in terms of the tactical aspect, when playing against a team that you met so often recently, there will always be this kind of game that normal viewers probably are not going to notice, because there's going to be small adjustments in the strategies. You're always going to like try to fit your tactic to what you know that the opponent is doing. If you know they have a solo A defender in some of the rounds, you're maybe going to try to throw them off with a simple mid fake and just bum rush into the A bomb site on a single flash. And in case that CSGO Lounge maybe, for example, is 2 defenders on the bomb site, GODSENT might end up looking stupid, but other rounds they might end up looking very clever, because they have this kind of information even before the game has started. Like, you might also know that they always play retake and a pistol round on specific maps, etc. So it's just a game within the game.
Yeah, no,
That is GODSENT just getting ready over there, by the way. So I think they are walking, gonna be heading into
That's
the
a
booth.
godsend to us.
Exactly, getting into the booth very, very soon. Vendetta, just before you chime in, something that I wanted to raise about what, following on from what Caden was saying, Pronax known very much so for those mid-round calls and making decisions very smart off the fly in game. Do you think we might be able to see any of that in game this time?
I think we'll definitely see it. I think it's going to be a necessity as well if GODSENT want to win. One of the most interesting things to me with this best of 3 is the fact that, well, Train is obviously been picked by GODSENT, and that's a map that they actually haven't played versus each other. Even though they've had like 8 or 9 games the last 2 months against each other. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen there. For the better part, GODSENT has been really good on their CT sides, but have very lacking T sides, which is not something that you oftentimes associate with Pronax teams. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see, if he has actually figured out something about CSGO Lounge that makes him confident in that pick. And again, if the mid-round calls is going to be solid enough on their T side to actually break a hole and actually have a solid T side for once.
That's who we are waiting for right now, CSGO Lounge, Dobry. I'm still kind of unsure exactly what they are at the moment.
They're Dobry.
If they are Dobry, we haven't got it necessarily on screen, but we're waiting for them to get ready, and then we will do, well, we won't, but the presentation will happen on stage, and Stepan, I think, will be doing that from Starlight, which is great. So we've still got time for some points. Caden, would you like to jump in with anything?
Like, as Sven said, they haven't played Train against each other before, and that's even though both teams are actually pretty good teams in Train. We saw yesterday Dobry&Gaming, CSGO Lounge, call them whatever you want, taking down Na'Vi on this map, and they've notoriously been known for playing this map like since the history of this lineup. And then we see GODSENT, who had the fall when they played the Train the first time at Malmö, where they got completely crushed, and then they actually had sorry to say it, but they had the balls to play and the guts to play it one more time at this tournament in Malmö, and they actually rise and actually fix the small mistakes and errors they have. And as we already talked about earlier on some of the other segments, they often have this kind of different approach that Pronax has started with the CTs pushing Ivy with this aggressive smoke and trying to do some shenanigans behind this kind of, I don't know, the green
container,
green container, and like sometimes they're boosting above it and so on. So they definitely have some opportunities to make something. I mean, CSGO Lounge obviously will be prepared for it now, but at Malmö, it actually threw some of the other teams off.
Yeah, and you can also use that to, this is the game within the game that you were talking about. You can also use that to kind of play around with CSGO Lounge as well. So every time Pronax drops that smoke aggressively in alley, then people are going to assume that he's going to go behind there, and he can use that to his advantages as well.
Yeah, and also Train is a map where that allows for a lot of mind games, as you can throw smokes to the other bomb site, basically from all angles of the map, so that you can throw them from the on top ladder, obviously, as they have the windows there now. That enables you to do a lot of fakes, even double fakes. You have a little hole in the inner bomb site. You can have, like we saw, flip side do a little cheeky booster. They flashed in there to pick up a kill from the higher ramp, and there's a lot of opportunities with this map to be innovative and do a lot of inside the game kind of calls, like on the fly calls, I want to say, I guess. And you'd think that would benefit the style of a team that has Pronax, obviously.
We have about 3 minutes remaining before the presentation, before the teams get on stage. I'm looking at the moment over there because CSGL, Dobry are pretty much ready to go. So should we get into final predictions? I will start things off. I'll say 2-1 to GODSENT. Now you guys need to back it up with the analysis, of course.
It's a really tough call, to be honest, but I think I'll go with the small underdog in Dobry, and actually I think they're going to take this one. I don't really know if it's going to be 2-0 or 2-1, but I'm gonna hope that they can keep this strong land showing and actually get some grounding in this kind of project that they have going.
Yeah, this is a very tough one to call, just for the two facts that we saw. We saw, obviously, a great GODSENT in Malmö, only to see them be shaky at the minor. Now, Dobry&Gaming, they've been shaky online, obviously, but now yesterday, I think that victory will boost their morale a lot. It's going to build their self-confidence a lot. So I feel like it's going to might be a game that whoever wins the first map might be taking this series, to be honest with you, because the maps are so even with both teams right now. Neither of them have really built like a legacy of being super teams on any of these maps yet. So I feel like it could be really up in the air. If I had to call something, I'd say GODSENT, but it can be Dobry&Gaming just as well.
So for you, Natu then trains the key.
Basically, yeah.
All right, Halvor?
For me, it's actually the third map. I think it's going to be 3-mapper, and I actually think this is going to be Dobry who takes it. From what I've seen previously out of GODSENT, obviously this is an online game, so take that with a pinch of salt. Their Mirage hasn't been very impressive at all. They've lost to Norwegian teams, so
that's enough said.
Coming from a Norwegian, that is quite.
Not trying to punch my fellow.
Which Norwegian teams?
Deadweight, like Seba's new team.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's an honest name.
Interesting
I love
name.
it.
Yeah. So
Deadweight.
Hopefully not telling, but apparently you are saying it's quite.
No, but like, it's not like they're a horrible team or anything like that. Absolutely, but they were a completely new team. That's the thing, and a team like GODSENT shouldn't lose to a freshly started team. So that's worrying. I haven't seen too many positive signs on GODSENT's end on Mirage, and we know that Dobry can play Mirage. Absolutely. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think it's going to be, at best, for GODSENT, I think it's going to be a 1-2 loss. And if not, it could very well be 2-0 for Dobry.
Sure. Well, I mean, I don't know too much about Deadweight right now, but Zevez was playing on. He was playing with Rabin. No, just DreamHack London, DreamHack Sweden last year. He was playing. No, it was Copenhagen Wolves.
Oh, yeah.
That's LGB
at the collision.
Yeah, he was playing on Copenhagen Wolves with Rabino, Twist, I think it was. Jacob. Was it Jacob?
Yeah, and Zender.
That point?
Yeah.
And Zender, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, he's by no... That team, we'll see if they can do anything. For Norway, we are approaching closer now to the matchup.
Do we have 30 seconds?
For you, Casper.
We might very well have 30 seconds.
I'll throw out a question for you two then.
Please do.
So, as experienced guys, when Dobry has played this map already at the tournament and played overtime, so there's plenty of things to look at from GODSENT's perspective. Does this favor GODSENT, or can they actually go and mindfuck themselves a bit?
I think they can just, mindfuck themselves too much, to be honest with you. And it's one of those
scientific term, of course.
It is purely scientific, obviously. But yeah, it kind of works both ways. I mean, when there's a lot of material out of you, you might get into this mindset where you feel like you need to change everything. They know exactly what we're doing, but it might be just a slight adjustment of timing differently, throwing the smokes in a different order, or just little small things that make a difference. And don't start changing your whole game plan, because that's just gonna be horrible for you. Especially when you are not the most experienced team, and it's a lot about having the confidence in the things you do, and that comes off of the routine that you have built previously. So if you start YOLOing things just because you thought they're gonna know what we do,
then you played yourself.
It's just you may as well just forfeit. You may as well just forfeit the game, and we can all go home.
I've got a question for all three of you as players and ex-players. When you see this setup, the awesome setup that we have here, done by Starladder, the production has been fantastic. The stage is amazing.
I can already guess the
question. We are in this amazing stadium, and the whole walkout and everything, it's very, very cool.
Do you like to play? Would you like to play?
No, not that one specifically.
Oh, really?
Maybe. No, you could take it that way, but do you ever feel when you see something like this, it would have been nice to be able to play in this sort of setup like that, even though you all have all played in prestigious places?
I mean, the obvious question for me, would you have liked to play it, and then it would have been with SK, so playing on that stage and losing big? Nah, I would skip. I would definitely skip that part.
Guys, we're actually ready now for the intro, so let's Stepan do this and see this video, and we'll be back with you very, very shortly.
And now it's all about Charlie. Oh, he gets the shot. Oh my God, he picks up.
Are we back out?
Yes, we are.
We are going back out now onto the stream. Go on, Naughty, please.
Yeah, I mean, can't even imagine the amount of Skrilla and just gonna get us royalties for those nice punchlines.
Well, he was featured quite a bit. The classic and his oh my gods and exclamations. Fantastic caster, fantastic caster. Stepan now is introducing what's going on here, and we will see the ceremony very shortly, which we have seen today twice. But I think now it's going to be the best one. At night time, we've got the lighting, everything. Look how sharp that looks. It looks like just an abyss behind all the lights. Wonderful.
Yeah, it has to be said that the screen has really surprised me with the resolution. It looks super crisp. I would really like to play some NHL on that.
And House is someone that likes to rile up a crowd as well. As we saw at DreamHack Malmo, he got out there, he got on the stage, and he went absolutely wild. And we'll see maybe now if he wants to tempt the crowd into getting wild again.
Maybe. I mean,
that's Palm Space when he takes a girl on date, by the way.
Guys, the smoke, we know what that means.
The smoke is coming this way.
It's actually started to descend down the stairs already into us, which will be great. And I think our casters are actually going to be casting from here, so they're going to be hotboxing it up in the casting booth. Very nice.
Decent intro here.
Really cool. So yeah, GODSENT now in their booth, which leaves only Dobry to go into theirs. I feel like this is slightly more dramatic than what GODSENT was getting. What can we assume that Stepan is saying? Anyone want to hazard a guess?
I think Casper was...
Yeah, you're the local expert.
You are the local expert, Casper.
I mean, he's saying that obviously the crowd has been cheering for Virtus Pro and that they should keep on cheering for the Polish fellas, and therefore he is expecting a great entrance.
The Polish fellas.
Yeah,
that should be their new name. Forget Dobry, forget Ex-CSGL. PF, Polish fellas.
Yeah, that could be a thing. It could be a thing. I mean, actually, yeah, you're right about the dramatic part. He's like really trying to slowly build up this thing.
And here we go. They are going to be coming up those famous steps right now in the Dynamo Kiev Stadium.
Actually, some steps where legendary football players
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool to be able to write that on your wrist. Yeah, what is called CV. Obviously, Mouse leading the entrance from Dobry&Gaming here. And
Mal's someone that we think could be... He's kind of a key in the sense that if he performs well, he'll really raise up the team and be along there with the star players like the Mihu and the Innocent. And if he can get on their level, they're definitely a force to be reckoned with.
For sure, like he's been a really important factor online, but I really want to see Pavel Innocent play well again because he's been the key to the success, as Halvor mentioned in the previous segment when they were playing against Na'Vi. He's been the key in 2015. He's been dropping a bit off here in 2016, so I'm really looking forward to him. Also, Sparrow seemed to be getting his confidence back with AWP, and that's great to see because he's a very mobile and versatile AWP player, so he can definitely pull off some amazing plays.
Yeah, and he's going to be very important on the first map especially. We saw what he did versus Na'Vi. He definitely did his part in getting impact frags in, and I think that's going to be needed, especially when you're going up against what will guaranteed be a double op setup from GODSENT's side, and with both Snyder and Twist going ham with that green rifle.
Yeah.
As of right now, we've managed to avoid the smog that descended upon us earlier. There's no smoke in here, and we are not in some sort of Snoop Dogg movie video.
It could be Henry with his e-cigarette.
Yeah, that could be.
Yes. Henry repping the Vape Nation. You will maybe see some of that on camera when he's casting. I don't know. Depends how far he wants to take things.
You never know nowadays. It's been a rough year for Henry.
Yeah, it has.
A lot of things have happened.
I mean,
they're standing just off shot, by the way. That's what's going on right now. It's like an indirect conversation.
Having to spend 1 year with Sadokist, I mean, that might also be kind of tough. He's giving me the death stare right now.
No, their brothers joined at the hip. If they literally could be joined at the hip, I think they'd take that. Yeah. So no, but these two great casts. They'll be the ones casting the match.
They have the same queen, so they're good.
Yeah, Canada and the UK.
Yeah,
I share that queen, and yeah, these guys will be sharing this desk.
And
they'll be casting from here
later.
Yes, I think there has been mercy given to the guys, and that they won't need to have to cast outside on the presidential booth, where it's quite freezing cold. Just waiting for everything to get underway.
This got real.
Any other points that you guys would like to raise or anything? I think we've given quite a rounded discussion about what's going on. We've given our predictions.
I think the weather forecast is looking pretty good for tomorrow, actually. So
Yeah, that's a more important. Legit, it's a more important topic.
so it means we're going to have
degrees and sun.
Yeah, we're going to have potentially a lot more people. Obviously, we had a good showing today, but
The
that
weekend
means,
is, yeah.
it's the weekend, the better weather coming in. So that is the ingredients you need for a good audience.
Yeah.
The weekend, of course, kids aren't going to be at school. Elders aren't going to be working. Who knows if, let's say, Na'Vi go on to win it, we might even see a pitch invasion. It'll get real football out here. We do not recommend it, by the way.
I was just going to say.
We do not recommend that. We do not recommend a pitch invasion, but I'm just trying to draw some parallels with the majestic sport.
Imagine
occasions
Reddit.
that have happened
Imagine
here.
Reddit. Esports people invading football pitch.
Yeah.
It's almost ceremonial. It's almost like the passing of the torch. Like, we're in your stadium, we've taken the ground as well. No, though, we don't do that, okay? It's just talking about things hypothetically. Right? And I'm behaving myself with regards to this, especially because the father of the desk is looking rather... He's tapping his finger. He's tapping his fingers. I feel like there's discipline incoming.
Yeah.
There's going to be some spanking later.
Oh, it might get too late for that. Might be too tired. Might be too sleepy, Papa.
This is about to take a really weird turn.
It's
like,
taking-
yeah,
how
it's
weird-
already
turn
taking the
about 5
turn, but I feel like
minutes ago.
if you keep going on this road,
What was
we can
that
end up
smoke?
somewhere
What was
really
the
different.
smoke that came down the stairs? We have no idea at this point. Can we get Henry and Sado in here just for some nice background accompaniment? Yes, we can.
If we can have them down,
They're
that'd be
sipping
great.
their coffee. I hope that's coffee anyway. I'm not really sure what's in it. Oh, he's undoing my hair.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Let's make sure that everyone... Wait, if you want to undo my hair, just please be careful. You should know that. You need to be careful if someone's got long hair, you know? There
What a
we
girl.
go. Oh, that's for you, Matt. That's for you. There we go. Okay. I don't even know if either of us know how. Do you know how to braid hair, Sado?
How you doing, Henry?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. What's the maps, boys? Yeah, Train Cash.
Yes.
Mirage.
Who we think is going to win this one then?
I think Dobry.
Debbie? I would say that's pretty fair. I consider they've beaten Navi already, right?
The Zoom is. Thank you,
We
production.
are stretching a little bit of this segment, aren't we?
Well,
What's
we
the
have
update?
to. We have to.
What's the update on the game? Is it coming?
I mean, you would know, because, wait, no, you actually don't have Paula's headset, so you wouldn't know. But
Well, my headset is the one that we get fed information
Okay, what's the information?
into, and we haven't got any yet. We haven't got any yet, and now Stepan's even jumped in. Great presentation,
Hello guys,
Stepan.
hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Great
I
presentation.
can unexpectedly start to speak Russian on English stream.
yeah, so well, I mean, Casper's already an expert.
Здравствуйте, друзья. Сейчас я буду делать прогнозы на русском языке. Это прекрасные парни, здесь очень хорошо. И я уверен, что вам сейчас всем дико интересно.
He could be absolutely ripping us right now.
I think it's not interesting to anybody right now.
I don't know. It depends what you're saying, Stepan. You could have been saying very mean things about us. I hope not.
It was not so interesting things.
Okay,
I just
good.
say, guys, right now I'm speaking Russian and you don't care about it.
Of course we do. We're in Kiev. We love to hear the Russian language and stuff. A very complex language, actually. It's apparently one of the hardest to learn. Knife round. Casters are
Right
going to
then.
take over. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.
Get into this.
Henry G, Sadakist, the masters of their craft, are going to be taking over. Guys, best of luck. Have fun with it.
Yes, thank you. And your hair looks lovely like that. I think you should wear it down more often. You do look like the lead singer of Creed. I don't know why you're pointing at me, Paula. Oh, I need this one. I have to switch headsets, Henry. But the knife round is completed, and we are going to be getting into the match here. Train to start things off, as you saw the map pool. Henry, and what's your thoughts on it? Can I hear you?
Okay, get another headset.
Try this one. Try number two. Try number two. Talk. Well, I don't hear you, but hopefully they do.
I can't hear myself, so...
All right, guys, we are going to get into it now.
Hello.
It is going to be Train to start things off, and it's CSGO Lounge versus GODSENT. Dobry&Gaming, call them what you like, doesn't matter. We know who they are. The Polish team that's trying to reclaim the second best spot in that country. I would say they've got a fair chance against former Vexed.
Yeah. I would absolutely say that's fair. They look very strong here. Obviously, as we were saying this on the desk there, taking down Navi this tournament, that's no easy feat, Matt. That's a very impressive result for them. And coming to this, GODSENT taking down Flipside 2-0. A team I don't think actually was supposed to qualify for this one. They actually looked like they were... I think they lost to this team actually 3 times in the qualifiers coming into this event.
Yes.
From the results I saw.
Yes.
I didn't watch the games, but they definitely are going to have their work cut out for them against Dobry&Gaming lineup. Looks like we are into the pistol. We're going to have 4 sets of armor for the CTs, that is the poles. And we go into GODSENT to buy 2 sets of armor. Actually more of a tactical setup here. 2 smokes, make it 3. A Molotov, so when we see the Molotov, we almost assume it's always going to be the inside site. That's all it'll be starting to go. And actually sending 5 players there this time, so you can assume that will be coming into fruition. Just holding up right now, seeing if there's any aggression coming in from the CTs. Slowly taking over these upper halls. And you assume with the smokes they have, they could even bait out the Molotovs and see if there's any utility line there for the CTs. They only got 1 HE as we get into this one. They have to react pretty quickly considering their line. The Molotov's being used very early, in fact.
Quite early. And there's no one really aggressive to deny this bomb plant either, so Miles is going to have to hit some lovely shots with this USB if he wants to deny it. In fact, he actually gets taken down low, gets dinked up first, but Mihu will find the kill onto Twist. He's down, though. This now gives time for GODSENT to hold this off, defend this off, but they can't. Mihu with another 2 kills. Miniz with 1 before that. They've closed it out. That's extremely quick, considering there is 1 kit in play, sure, but all 5 players were limited in their access to the site when the bomb went down.
So I guess the idea behind that early Molotov is they're throwing it in front of that blue train, which is closest to the lower ramp. You're trying to flush out the CT that may be there. Obviously, it's a very common position, and it'll make him move. And that point, you can challenge him all at once and see whether there's any kills available for you there. It didn't really work out in GODSENT's favor, I have to say. Didn't find a single frag there, and the CT's trading very effectively. Read it quite well as well. The problem with that tactic is for GODSENT, they're not showing any...
Hello? Ah, we're back. There we go. Good. I stepped on one thing and it broke.
It's okay, it's okay. And we're going to be going into round number 2. Matthew did indeed.
It's okay. Yes, we've all been there this weekend,
yes,
Henry.
It's true. Some more than others. They are going to be forcing into the second, though. This is an interesting approach. Obviously, most teams will be forcing in the third of the AKs. They decided to go Tech 9 here. They have got smokes and actually gone for a Molotov heavy strap. 5 Molotovs available, Matt. So instead of actually going for smoke execute here, they're going to be going for something a little bit more creative. Miniz gets the first shot, though, takes down Pronax, and that could limit their execution potential here. Time ticking away. Haven't really gained any real set on the map just yet. You can see them above Pop Dog, setting themselves up. There's a smoke towards the end of Ivy.
And Schneider's out here with the Tech 9. Lekro's someone that actually extremely impressed me at Malmo. He was, I think...
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Well, it's similar to Oscar, came from the FPL divisions.
Yep.
I mean, he had an absolutely fantastic tournament there, and I would love to see more of that from him, because individual skill-wise, he was on par with anyone.
His pistols especially, like he was just lights out completely, I agree. Well then, it's going to be coming down to the 35-second mark. Like I said, the terrorists haven't really got much to work with now. After they lost Pronax, seeing them a little bit lost here. They're going to be going towards the inside area. I just don't really see how this is going to work out for them. They might get a bomb down with some decent exchanges, but it takes some very lucky timing in their favor. Hit the 20-second mark, and here comes the play.
Zeno above on top of the train does pick up 2. Lekro and Schneider go down, but Twist does respond again with the Tech 9. Innocent, though, a quick flank, and he's not... Oh, no, that's a huge whiff, because running out of ammo allows the bomb to go down. That's going to give more money to GODSENT. That's 2 straight plants now, and now even bringing up the guns on round 3, they can bring out a lot more utility as well.
Oh, there we go. I hit myself again. The Molotov's coming in there for GODSENT. It looks like they actually were getting mowed down, but obviously the main objective there is just to get the bomb plant down after they've lost the first man. Seemed like they kind of ran out of ideas, and it should have been denied, I would say. It was the MP9, a little bit too much of a gap there for to finish it off with the last like 5 bullets, I think, he had in his clip. But they did get a plant, so not all is lost here after the second round forced by. They will be EK this time and have a nice healthy buy going into the first official gun round here. So it was recovered, I guess. Had they not got that plant down, it would have been very detrimental to them going forward. But we're going to round number 3. Orb been purchased now for Spiro. He's had a fantastic tournament so far, I have to say. A player I've been calling out a lot, especially on train as well. He was fantastic against Navi on this map.
Yeah, I would say so. I would totally agree.
You liked Innocent, I think. That was your
Innocent was great. Spiro was great. Mihu, I wanted a little bit more from, considering how potent we know he can be. But yeah, no, Innocent was fantastic. And he's going to be the one holding on to this MP9 against the Pistols. Well, don't go full into the armor this time, so they're going to save up 1 more. Another bomb plant could be a possibility if they keep going to this B site and keeping them pushed back, but a different approach this time from the defensive stance.
You can see they've got 5 smokes available here, so once again, just try and get the bomb down any way they can. Right now, pushing the CTs back. And that's the little bit of presence shown towards the inside area. That's forced the close ramp play to be taken back a little bit further. I'd assume will be the outside wall of smoke to this point, trying to challenge the CTs. Here it comes to play, setting up. And they'll just be looking for another plant here. Very little chance of winning the rounds, but if they can trade once again, find that first frag somehow, maybe we could get another plant. We can see on top of the trains, it's the best position to be. We know these players are coming in.
Spiro is going to fall back away from the smoking quad as well. AWP in hand is going to be limited on how many angles and distance of the angle which he can hold from, but Mazzino instead going to get aggressive over top of the bomb train. Pronax drops it on the way through, and it's at the hitch underneath the site of that AWP. A good follow-up as Mazzino finds one. He's looking for more than that as well. Schneider, Walk, can't find anything, and this time there will be no bomb plant. Let's go Lounge hold off extremely well.
Yeah, quite a mighty gap in those smokes. Wasn't too effective there, I have to say. GODSENT did not get the plant, but regardless, they do have cash going into the gun round. Don't have enough, or they do have enough for an AWP. I think it's going to be Lekro, but yeah, he's just about AKs here. It would have been a glass cannon for someone.
Yeah, Powell for Lekro both were in a position to do so, but not advised.
Well, they'll be working a default here, presumably. Or maybe going for something a little bit faster. They have got a decent spawn here. Going to be going straight out towards main. Actually taking advantage of it with Spiro. Easy AWP shot for him. Didn't really have to flinch at all, but they are still going to be applying this pressure. Spiro with the second kill. This could be the round over. Very early stages here, but there it is. Finally, Schneider finds something. He gets two. Fantastic shot on the second. And now it's a 3-on-3. Oh, wow. Schneider doing some serious work here.
He's looking for more. Can't find the fourth one, but 3 incredible kills will give them a chance in the round. It's not done, though. Innocence found Twist inside of the smoke. It's going to come to a 1 versus 2, suddenly in favor of Go Lounge. As that bomb was trying to be planted. It's Lekro that has to clutch this out. You know, Innocent killed his teammate from somewhere over toward the hitch side. It's going to be a rotation from him, though, back toward Ivy. And it's going to catch off Lekro and Hell as the smoke goes down.
Yeah, Schneider did everything he could there. Finding 3 kills, 3 sensational kills, I should say. Wasn't quite enough there. And that's kind of the headline for the round. If one of your players is doing that and you still can't win, it shows you are lacking something there in the tactical execution. They went for the very fast play, got some players out towards main, but it was just Spiro waiting for them. Like I said, didn't really ever look challenged. He was ready and waiting towards the connector, took 2 frags down, and at that point, it pretty much was secured. Innocent chiming in with 3 kills as well. And it's going to be GODSENT now onto another eco. They have got some Desert Eagles, but no smokes this time. Going towards that inside area once again. One player baiting towards Ivy. I say baiting, he has just gone down. That's Twist. And now they've got no real choice but just try and push into this inside site. Mouse waiting for them now. Drops the incendiary. And at this point, the bomb is down towards T-spawn, so even though they've gained some ground here, Lekro does find a cannon toward Mini, so that does open up a little bit more room. Okay.
That works.
All right.
Schneider with another one. Didn't quite catch that, but it was down toward Howell that Spiro's going to get caught. That loosens up this defense significantly more. Now, they don't have anyone coming in from Ivy, though. That's the problem.
That's the AWP as well, so that's a pretty big scalp to take in terms of the economy game. They have got the man advantage as well, somehow, without any grenades. And just some deagles here. Obviously, Train's another one of those maps like Mirage, lots of long-range, tight angles where the deagle can prevail, given an opportunity. And now it is 4-on-3. It's going to be Lekro baiting once again towards Ivy, but Michu waiting for him. Let's see who can pick up this next frag. This one will be very valuable for either team.
Good pick up from Mihu. Lekro goes down, that evens things back up, but he was the only one probing toward that Ivy position to try and hold the CTs back toward A and perhaps rotate through the back trains and CT spawn because the bomb wants to go into the B site, but Mazzino's there. Flashbang going to go out as well, but another plant coming in the hands of Pauf, and he's going to get taken down immediately by the USP. So another defuse going to go to 5-0, but a bomb plant on top of the full loss round bonus is going to give GODSENT a reasonable buy, and I should have enough for an AWP with armor this time, I think, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did do some decent damage. Obviously, the AWP has been recovered by Mihu, but still, a couple of deagle kills and managing to get the bomb down as well.
Yeah,
tons of cash going to this one. They could do double AWP as well if they wanted to. I think you can see Lekro deciding his buys. This could be the single AWP here. Schneider will be picking that up. Interesting to see how this round goes down as we go into, I guess, the first real gun round, considering it's an all for either side. Everyone's fully equipped. There's been some force buys here with the early economy game, but it's round number 6 now. Spiro, we expect him to perform pretty massively on train. First smoke's coming in. This could potentially be another fast tactic here. But Mouse is going aggressive towards the inside. Lower ramp area here. He will be caught jumping up, and Pauf takes him down. This buys the terrorists some time now. Don't need to force the next situation, but Lekro, he is going to force it. He finds another kill on towards Innocent. Mihu replying, though. Good reaction from the CT so far, but still the man advantage in favor of the terrorists.
The problem is Maniz takes back Twist. Lekro's committed onto this bomb site right now. The bomb itself in the hands of Schneider on 17 HP can't do much to save him, so they have to get Pronax quicker toward that ladder position at Popdog. Smoke out in the quad area, though, will it give a little bit of movement toward Lekro. He's going to follow that up with one of his own a little bit deeper as well. But it slows considerably as they run out of utility. Just 2 flashes and 2 nades to work with on this terrorist side. And Schneider's trying to hold a long angle, but he's the one with the bomb. So they really have to get deep inside of this site to clear the angles. Schneider might get caught here, too, if he's not careful. On top of that train, Maniz, if he stood up and Schneider takes 1 step forward, he's in vision.
Yeah, they're just trying to find an opportunity here, but it's Spiro capitalizing at every opportunity. There it is. Maniz finds the final frag as well. He had 5 HP, but he takes down the Orpa Schneider. It's going to be 6-0 here in favor of CSGO Lounge. Looking incredibly strong right now. Even though GODSENT are finding those initial 2 kills, you're seeing those reactions coming straight away. It's Mihu getting towards that upper ramp, finds a kill back, funneling them back towards outside, and then giving the shooting gallery in favor of Spiro. He's currently on 7 for 2. We have got that Pronax on 0.
Pronax, yep.
Was never known for his crazy fragging abilities, but...
was decent in clutch situations, though.
Yeah, that's true.
He is pretty good in those.
It's very early
We say
days.
was like it's like his career's over now,
Yeah,
Henry. He was good. It's like the Maverick and
back
Goose.
when he was in the best team in the world. That's what
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about Cougar. He was a good was a good man. No, he still is a good man.
6-0. And we go into round number 7 here. The first kill has been dropped already. Twist going down. It's going to be Innocent finding the second as well. This is actually pretty brutal so far for GODSENT. They'll be forcing towards the inside side now. Flashing over, hoping for the best. Mihu will be spotting them from the upper ramp. Just hoping for an opportunity here. Pronax finds 1 kill. That's his entrance to the game as well. But Incendiary drops on the side. They won't be able to plant just yet.
And that's easy for Mihu because he pops over and Lekro's trying to hold the angle. Another shot from Mihu. Pronax goes down. So that Molotov denies the default plant, leaves them in open positions, and he takes perfect advantage. You know exactly why he threw it. It was by design, and he uses the exact angles he needs to. Innocent's going to take down Pump to close it up. 7-0.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that Incendiary. And the money's so strong for CTs. That's why it is a CT bias map in that sense. You can drop the Incendiaries. You can be very powerful and deny bomb plants in that situation. That's pretty much the only place you can plant on towards the inside site without finding all the kills and clearing out the site. So very clever play from Mihu, like you said, facing and forcing the terrorists to take duels with him, and he's out-aims them. And we get to round number 8. Obviously, the maximum loss bonus means they can still buy, but one player will be heavily affected. That's going to be Palf. He's only got the Tech 9. They have got utility here. It looks like more of the same as Spiro will be changing up his position. Expect a lot of this throughout this first map.
Smart Molotov, though, to keep him off of that corner, because that limits his ability to get the information to hold off those upper halls. Can't get quite as comfortable rotating off. In fact, they can do the complete opposite approach. He goes back in the site, and rather than holding upper from a distance, he's actually gone completely passive. So B is an option, but 3 players out toward Ivy right now. They want to put some pressure directly onto the A site. It's Maniz that's waiting for it as well.
You can see how desperate they are with the buys right now. 3 players are out head armor. Normally that wouldn't be a big deal if you're on the CT side, but on the terrace it's actually a massive problem because obviously the M4s don't normally kill in 1 hit, but that makes them a little bit more stronger. As we go into round number 8, it's looking like an outside split here between Popdog and Ivy. Innocent will be one of the first players to defend it, but seems like GODSENT trying to work something here towards the inside area. Maybe keep a couple of players towards that side, but the problem is the CTs are so passive right now. I'm not even sure they can commit further enough to actually make anything real happen. Twist now edging towards the end of Ivy. His teammates actually rotating back towards inside, so maybe they feel like that's the correct place to go. As he is slowly but surely trying to gain information out. Gets to the end with 30 seconds remaining. The bomb's still in T-spawn. This is a massive problem. He has to run now. There it is. Bomb moving quickly.
Well, it's going to head quickly toward the upper tunnels, and they're going to go toward the B site. So this 1-player Twist that's at the bottom of the Ivy position is really just going to have to act quickly to get rotations to catch them off, to lurk correctly. But it's Spiro, the one man that was inside of the B site to start this off, that gets 2 kills. And suddenly, with 10 seconds, they're reconsidering. They're going back to the A site, and they don't have any information. Twist has gone down. This is just hoping for the best.
Yeah, they look lost in this map, I have to say. They don't have any sort of approach to it around in terms of a default they're running, how they're trying to work picks. They didn't even get any presence towards Ivy. There are 3 players there for, what, like 45 seconds? And then left 1 and then fell back towards inside. Realized they had no time, shoved towards inside. It was an absolute mess. Easy kills for Spiro as they ran down the ramp. And this is a team that's been completely trounced online by CSGO Lounge or Dobry&Gaming, whatever you want to call them. And I'm starting to realize why right now. And once again, no plant means maximum loss bonus is just going to mean 4 AKs, a Tech 9, and a couple of smokes. That's about it. This is not looking any more promising for them. Maybe just a play towards the inside as they set up for another default here.
Do keep in mind that much like our previous best of 3, this is not an elimination match. And that might be a godsend for godsend because they are not looking great. This round much better though. Pronax and Twist finding kills early, but Spiro aggressive with the AWP up toward A main. He's going to be able to find Snyder jumping up on the train, and Mihu pulls the round directly back. Good play from Pronax, wrapping around from Ivy. They retake Hell. Now they've got some ground in the sight. But watch Mihu inside of this smoke.
He's going to be so big here. He's absolutely wrecked them with positioning. He does drop down to a 2 versus 1 though, but still they're unaware of his position. He's moving so well right now. Putting them into uncomfortable places, and now he's actually got a huge advantage against Pronax. Look at the HP of him. He's on 11. He has found 3 kills this round. They'll be gutted if they can't convert this to a victory. And finally, there it is. GODSENT arrive on the server. It took a quick little default there. They finally got the opening frags, and it took a clutch from Pronax on 11 HP to actually finish it off.
4 players die though, and it's a reset.
You're absolutely right there, yeah. So if they lose this round, it could potentially mean 2 for the terrorists, so they need to be very careful. The auto snipers come out. We saw this against Na'Vi. When Mouse picked this up, he was actually incredibly influential with this weapon, actually rotating between connector, inside and outside, spamming the smokes, of course. That's why it's so effective on this map. And this could be a real problem now, as once again, they've only got 4 rifles and a Tech 9, the terrorists, so 3 snipers for the CTs right now.
Yep.
This is kind of interesting.
Well, rely on early picks. Won't have to play the retake game.
True.
Could be interesting if it does get that far, though. Oh, timing is everything. And we can call it the big green in this case because it's a non-skinned AWP. Keeping it classic, keeping it original gangster. He takes down Twist through the smoke before it blooms. Spiro's going to hold a tight angle toward the A main connection as well. In from the quad. That's one huge pick to get because that takes down Ivy, and they want to try and get this site from a 3-split point of view. They've got a player, I believe it's Pronax, at the bottom of Pop Dog as well. It's actually Lekro, so there we go.
Well, the terrorists now up against it once again. We hit the 1 minute mark. They've got 2 smokes available, 2 Molotovs, but no real control of the map right now. I assume those 2 players at spawn will be tracking smokes towards the outside site. We have got 1 pushed up towards the brown halls, towards B, but with these rifle setups here, I just don't see how they're going to shut it down. Here come the smokes that almost telegraphs what they'll be doing, but that's the fake. Bombs going towards the upper halls right now, and it's actually horrible smokes here. It hasn't taken away any vision. I'm not sure what that's going to bait out. As Mouse is now setting up, he's looking like he will be facing towards upper with the auto sniper, but the timings could be unfortunate for him.
Mouse auto sniper though, there it is. You said he's good with it in this map. It's 2 kills. Maniz closes Lekro. 4 stay alive for Ex-CSGL Lounge. They're going to build up bank further. And it is a broken economy of GODSENT. 9-1. This is going to go to 10-1 very easily. Should go to 10-1 very easily.
Yeah, well, they only get $1,900 next round as well. So if they were to buy anything in this round, it's another full eco into the next. So I think they just have to go Glocks here. Necro, I think, invested in a P250. I think his money dropped down. There it is, yeah. So still, they need a bomb here, Matt, to even have a chance of getting anything of any worth next round. Round number 11. And once again, the 3 snipers for Dobry&Gaming. Well, Dobry&Gaming, isn't it?
I think it's Dobry&Gaming, yeah, that's correct.
What does Dobry mean?
I don't know. I forget.
Is it like Netflix and chill? Is it that kind of thing?
I don't know.
I think it probably is.
All right, we'll go with that then. If you're committed to it, I'm a believer.
All right. Well then.
Malzino again, auto sniper.
Yeah, this round is pretty much done. What can they even do here? Like, even to try and get a bomb down would be impossible at this stage. You've got no nades, just got Glocks and BT-50s. It's Necro finding a kill though. That's probably all they'll get. And here it is. Maybe managed to pick up a couple of frags. That does dent the economy slightly, but I think the CTs are pretty much set for the rest of the game. They've had a ton of economical advantages here. You can see the AWP is on 10k there. The auto sniper brought back out, of course. And we go into this next one. Number 12. There is an AWP on towards Schneider, I believe.
Yep.
It's interesting. Obviously, Twist was renowned as being a fantastic AWPer in the previous teams, right? When it was kind of Rumin who's getting picked up by NIP.
Yep.
When it's Schneider who's picking it up most of the time now.
That's another note. Twist said no to NIP on 2 separate occasions to join that roster.
And he was always known in previous teams like to be that crazy AWPer, Copenhagen Wolves, for example. But here we go then. First shot from Spiro. Does spot a player towards main entrance. But Spinizza opens up things first. He's towards that upper ramp area. That's been really pivotal throughout this tournament. It's a heavily contested area. If you can control that to CTs, you can funnel every single side towards that outside area. It's going to be easy pickings here. Obviously, they're not even having to work too hard for these. Just finding them at left, right, and center.
Twist. Hornak's going to push in through this Ivy as well. Watch the crossfire setup, though, because Mihu, watching this carefully from the corner, has Spiro to turn back and cover off with him if needed. Spiro's putting a little bit more attention up toward A main. Gets Twist down, though. That's the first kill. This is going to be the second.
It's really hard to analyze this game map because it looks like GODSENT are very unprepared on it, I have to say. They don't really have much of a default working for them. The money's been horrible. They've tried the AWPs. It's not really finding much kills. The only rounds are really working out for them is when they just did a fast little play towards outside and got that first pick. It was one of those kind of Hail Mary plays. And now they go into the next round. After the force buy in the previous, they don't have much to work with once again. This will be 12-1 in this first map of the best of 3. This is as strong as Dobry&Gaming looked against Navi. Their CT side was incredible yesterday.
Yeah.
And so far, these triple AWP setup, or triple sniper setup, hasn't really been contested at all.
Maniz has that corner position. Snyder, or rather, excuse me, Twist taking down Mihu. Great shot with the Deagle. Maniz missing that first shot, gives them a chance to walk forward, but Lekro gets caught immediately after, and he's going to fall back to the site so as not to get overwhelmed. Now Zeno that'll watch with the auto sniper.
What can they even do in this position, though? Like, you're just going to try and challenge a bomb site when you've got 3 snipers waiting for you. You've got no smokes. You're just hoping for the one dig to cross the map. This is just over.
And a slow peek, though. Pronax does get it back.
If you're going to gift them kills like that, sure, why not? You know they're pistols, and you're challenging lower ramp for no real reason. It's an interesting idea, and one that doesn't really pay off, I have to say. 4 on 3 now. Giving them a window for sure.
Auto sniper still in play, though. It's 1 and a low HP in front. That's going to be 2, and there's the 3rd, surely. As Malzino shoots up and over. Spiro gets the other kill in the mix and all that, but 3 kills again. Malzino's never going to drop this gun. He's up to 13K. He'll just buy another one if he does.
Oh, yeah. They're certainly sorted the rest of the game. And here's the replay right now. This is about as easy as he gets with the kills. You've got an auto sniper. They've got pistols. They're all low HP without armor. And that's just easy money. 12-1. And we go into round number 14. A better buy, I guess, for the terrorists. They have the AWP, and the AKs once again is lacking their utility. Looking like they'll be trying to take over that inside side once again. Flashing towards upper, trying to push back the AWPer. And not allow themselves to be overwhelmed and lose that first pick. So they do have control of the brown halls now. That's a little bit of real estate gathered. 2 players still towards T-spawn. Miyu just playing defensively here. As soon as he spots a player towards that upper ramp area, he'll smoke them off, delay them. And the bomber's in towards the inside area as well. So presumably Schneider, he's been pretty quiet this game, I have to say. He'll try and work a pick before they make their inside execute.
Mouse is just going to sit and watch this angle. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, the timing, though.
Yeah, he's actually forcing him out of position now. He couldn't really afford to stay there. But still, he has pushed out the way towards upper. Now he's fully committed, and that's going to be Path going down. Twist finds a kill on the other side of the map, and it should be the round over once again as Maniz does spot the first player. They have got close to the bomb side at least. This kill will be huge. They can get this. There's a chance to plant. There it is. Twist finds it. 3 on 3. And it's still equal exchanges so far. So 40 seconds remaining. They don't have to rush the situation now. This is the first decent situation the terrorists have been in a while.
Maniz nearly pulls it back. Bomb dropped. Schneider's actually got the return frag onto him as he slips over toward Hell. Mihu, they've got no idea where he is. Bomb wasn't recovered out of this. As Lekro goes down, it wouldn't have been a plant regardless. It's a one-on-one. And neither having any clue exactly to where the other are. Schneider should have a read. This is a great 1-versus-1 camera. As Mihu.
You just want to see the faces, right? It was 8 seconds, so Mihu's got such a massive advantage. 3 seconds, round over. Nice try.
Yep.
Kill him.
Yep. Oh, thankfully he saves himself. But, I mean, that's a one-on-one that Lekro still searching. They have no clue where Mihu is. Just grab the bomb and try and get it down at the very least. And then give Schneider a chance to play off of that. But Pronax draws it out.
13-1, and we go into round number 15 here. They've got AKs and AWP and Tech9s again. I don't see them winning this round. Every time they get themselves into a winnable situation, it seems to fall apart just at the last moment. And looking for that pick once again is Schneider. Like I said, I really would like to see Twist AWPing in this scenario, but, you know, each their own. It's just going to be simple kills here once again. Not really being challenged, not being tested here. There's no smokes down, nothing being flashed, but all of a sudden, Schneider does find the first pick. Looks like Lekro could get this one as well, but it's going to be Maniz. That close range AWP takes him down, and that's going to be the round decided. We're not sure how it's going to end, but it's ended.
It's ended, and it is 14-1. A very, very convincing and dominant half right now from Go Lounge.
Yeah.
Not at all what I expected from GODSENT.
Like I said, it's very difficult to analyze those games. It seemed like GODSENT just didn't really have anything to bring to the table, and it's weird to say that. Obviously, Pronax in his team. Everyone's like hailing him as the world's best in-game leader and all that stuff, and how he's got such a good tactical mind. I'm sorry, he just didn't really have anything brought to the table, in my opinion. That was very, very poor.
He had a large smile on his face when they showed
well,
him.
at that
Both
point-
wearing custom T-shirts.
Yeah, at that point, he's just like, well, next map, guys. We've actually lost this one,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
don't worry about it.
The round that it sort of epitomizes that sense of loss to me is when they go B, and then there's 10 seconds left, they lose one pick, and they try and run it back to A with no information.
Yeah, I think when you've got nothing in the old strat book there, just sticking together, keeping it simple, the fast rushes, simple plays with one smoke, that would have been more beneficial to them instead of these real slow defaults without any real control of the situation. But we go into the pistol round in the second half regardless. And it's going to be Schneider gets the first pick, but quickly replied, of course. This is up to Twisto in a great position to finish things off. The CDs are finding kills all over the place. Spiro, though, he is going to be a real problem here. A thorn in their side. Oh, my goodness. Surely not like this. It was such a massive advantage for him. Was this like a 4-on-2 at one point?
He's got the information, too. Yeah, this was. He's pulled it back 3 kills in a row. No, he doesn't have it, but what?
You've got to be kidding me.
He just hits a 180 and Pout goes down. There's no reason at all that should have happened.
God.
I mean, that just sums it up.
What
GODSENT.
What can you even say about that one, Matt? That's one of the easiest kills. He could have waited, knifed him if he wanted to.
I knifed. He could have knifed, honestly, in that situation.
And he decides the pressure got too much for him. Oh, do we have to show a replay of this? I think I'll feel physically ill.
He goes burst glocks, back to single fire, hits a headshot.
This shot's sick.
And then, boom.
Okay, this next one is grim. I want to see it from...
Keep it from his
is it
perspective?
Palf? Yeah, Palf.
Yeah.
See you on
Anders, I'm looking at you. Spiro, look at
Oh,
this. Look at
that's
this.
so gross.
Oh, man.
Oh, the panic.
Oh. Well, that's going to be map point. And a 4 versus 1. Spiro.
Oh, man. Can you imagine how much of an ass he feels like right now?
No, he doesn't care.
Doesn't he?
Hits this shot at least, takes down Spiro. There's the kill on Spiro he should have had last round.
Oh, man.
Mihu, from a distance, does spot the crossing player at the back of the site. That takes him down, Lecro down to 46. Palp now making up for lost ground, has Innocent as well. They've got a 2-man advantage. Bison on Minis.
Oh, there it is. Just keep it coming, boys. Keep the horrible plays rolling in. And we'll just sit back and enjoy it.
Literally just falls dead in front of him.
Oh, God. Oh, what a horrible state of affairs here for GODSENT. They still have the man advantage, though, so not all is lost just yet. It's going to be low HP, though. We can see Schneider locking them in towards the inside play, so at least they can rotate all their players towards the inside side. He's locking them in, so they still are in a decent position here. The terrorists don't have any utility to work with, so they're just relying solely on picks here. It can be a very difficult affair when you have to go down these very tight choke points to the lower and upper ramps here. So those are going together, hoping for the best, hoping the AK can do all the work here. It's easy with that scout in hand, but it's going to be Minis with the Mac-10 somehow opening it up.
Mazino has slipped down the sidewalk a little bit further than you'd expect, and they jump back in. Schneider just suicides. Mihu gets an easy kill, and it's down to Pronax. This is game. Let's find one with the Deagle. Mihu does go down, but there's the response. 16-1. What an absolute domination.
Matt. I've never seen anything like that.
I mean, at least they're laughing it off.
Himself.
They're laughing it off, at least.
He's the coach, of course. It's... Oh, no, they've realised it is serious. Maybe someone's going crazy now. Yeah, there's not really much to analyse. They were just horrible.
I would rather see them laugh it off like that than be super tilted and not recover in the series.
Yeah, well, that's what
just
you really
let it
can
go.
do. Like we normally say, if you lose the first half like 14-1 and then you kind of bring it back to like a 16-12 or something like that, and then you kind of have to work so hard, it costs you so much adrenaline to actually get back into that game, and then you lose, it's like, God, was that even worth it? And at least they can just go, yeah, map over, let's move on, it's best of 3, don't worry about it. So it's obviously, it doesn't, I assume this is Dobry&Gaming's pick. You have to assume that, right?
Yeah, we didn't actually get to see it because
though,
we were waiting to get onto this
The
desk.
thing that worries me the most is you get 2 vetoes going into this game. So what were they vetoing? How bad must the other 2 maps be if they're playing train? That's what's worrying
I can't, as much as I agree with you, like that was absolutely horrible. There was some things that were just straight up off. T-side, no excuses. They didn't have any clue, but some of those missed shots and mistakes just kind of highlight the fact that there was some abnormalities going on in that sense. I think we have to get up.
We've got an analyst team coming in to
allow people to take our seats.
What happened in that great game?
They seem extremely thrilled about it as well. We're going to take a break. We'll be back.
On a scale of 1 to 16, how tough is a loss like?
Indeed, probably very, very tough. And to be honest, if you just saw the commercial, like, if you missed a big play or anything, use live cap. Boys, use live cap because it can record the last 60 seconds for a highlight. But obviously, this was 25 minutes of Dobry&Gaming highlights, just completely smashing and demoralizing.
It depends on how you want to look at it. It feels like, you know, the last 2 rounds at least, we saw some, I guess, lowlights, if anything, from
highlights.
GODSENT.
Highlights feels bad,
I mean,
but it's 20 minutes of my life I'm never getting back, and I'm 31, so it all counts right now. So thank you, GODSENT.
The thing is, actually, the Sparrow 104, everything from him was good upon the last kill, which you have to simply just blame
Did you just say
puff.
the Sparrow fell, or the Sparrow... Because that's quite poetic. I like that.
I got that in me, bro.
Yeah, I know. I love the way since you've been hanging out with me and Henry, you've been using the word bruv. The London slang is rubbing off on you. I'm not sure if it's advised, but whatever. How can we explain a 16-1 loss like that? CSGL just got rolling very fast, very quick, and as we can see, GODSENT just did not look anywhere at all. They're mentally, like we saw that 1v1 Palf. I can't remember who he was against, but
that's true.
Remember last year when 2015 DreamHack Tour with Thorin and the baguette and the desk. Give me a meatball and the desk, and we'll do a similar situation. I think it's a similar situation.
Furniture.
Yeah, so that could work. I mean, what is there to be said?
I mean, I guess
it's so slow. Like it seemed to me like GODSENT trying to play the slow game and like really build up the rounds, try to get the picks, but really like they were not able to create any openings, and then they ran out of time and basically just had to make this hasty decision, try to be like a Navi kind of esque kind of an approach to it. But
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: do you play very slow against a double AWP and an auto sniper setup?
No.
You don't.
Apply pressure.
Yeah.
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
it should be one of those situations, right, where you need to close the distance, get very aggressive, and take away that range advantage. Whilst we're making some more points, we've got highlights that we can go through. Maybe there
should be one-sided.
Maybe there are some things that we can pick up there. So those will be up.
I hope they
the
included the team
very
kill,
shortly.
so at least GODSENT's on the board.
Was that twist onto Palf with the scout?
He was mad at him after the fail.
Absolutely
he was like,
savage.
God damn it, bro.
No, but like honestly, I think this was a case of what we saw. Well, what we've seen from GODSENT. Well, ever since their inception on T side, which is not very promising, and what we saw yesterday from
Snyder was very
Dobry.
close to having a great clutch. He had 3 kills, but then he got killed by the 4th guy here. Unfortunate.
But I mean, we praise Pronax a lot as being this great in-game leader, and notoriously they do not have very good T sides, and it's not like he doesn't have the tools. It's not like he doesn't have the players. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, for example, I feel like they should have something in the arsenal for like a counterplay like this. They should have a fast push to the A-bomb side or something where you basically make a smoke wall so the AWPs is ineffective, and then you have some Molotovs to force them to completely bad positions, like flash through the smoke, something.
You also remember there's always 2 sides to a story. Yeah, you also have to give credit to the Polish guys, because you could definitely tell that win against Navi is definitely boosted their morale right now, their confidence. They dare to do things. They really connect on the shots they want to take, and they're up to take a lot of aim duels, and they're not scared at all. And let's see their minutes. I mean, obviously, it's round number 15 at 14.
Oh, we're gonna see it.
13-1, and this is the ground jewel of the whole round. Palf, I feel sorry for your brother, but that's obviously one of those situations where it's all going to shit, and this also just goes to shit.
I think everyone has had that kind of a moment.
I've had that moment.
I was about to say, like, of course, it's an awful moment to see, but like, we shouldn't look into it too much. These things can happen to anyone, even the highest level of players. And like Natu has said, it's happened to him, and Cadian and Vendetta, all these guys. It's definitely happened to Cadian so many times. Maybe every match.
I was just gonna say he looked like me in the pistol map versus Giuliano, right?
Oh yes,
just whipping, bro.
Mao's there with the most. I think the kills were relatively evenly spread across CSGL. And
I think they managed above 10 across the board for GODSENT. I'm proud of them.
That's really, really rough to see. I mean, it goes without saying why this team was part of the reason why they weren't able to control the map, because they weren't getting
joke
kills.
within the Finnish community when someone has less than 10 kills, it says, there's more room in the 10 frag club. I think there's a lot of room for GODSENT 10 frag club right now.
Can we hear that in Finnish?
No.
Oh, please, Papa.
Let's talk about the statistics instead. We have Snyder there. Apparently had 12 kills with the AWP against 17 of Sphero, who definitely was obviously the better of the two. More impact frags, you could say. Had a 16-1.
Yes.
It's 3 op kills for Snyder. I was looking at the wrong bracket.
he had some decent kills, right? Especially that 3K should have secured them around. And also I saw some, he did a 1 deke, which was pretty impressive down towards Ivory from the team middle area on Sparrow. Yeah, I mean, you give me the thumbs up. I mean,
Gotta look at the positives.
I'm just trying to... I mean, Snyder had a pretty decent map considering that they lost this big. I mean, obviously it doesn't mean anything, but...
That's like the Americans back in the day when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, like myself at the CPLs.
I thought you were talking about an alternate history there, when the Americans and the dinosaurs were together.
Listen, seriously.
That's
the American way of thinking about it was like their team lost like 16-5, but when you talk to them, like, what went wrong? It's like, I don't know, the team played bad, but I played really good, so that's all that
I got
matters.
that
plus
one
stats,
league
right?
counted.
Exactly.
What up now, Finns? Woo.
Well, this is definitely a case of what of now.
Yeah, it is actually. Why didn't you use that one? What are you doing, bro?
Because I'm talking to a Finnish person that was making reference to an American thing.
But Sweden just got wrecked. You could have thrown it out there.
Yeah, but they're not playing Americans.
There you go.
They're not playing Americans.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Well, that's probably better for both of us. We're going to be getting into that second map very, very soon.
Yeah.
And if you're not aware, surprisingly, that was GODSENT's pick. They picked Train, and they lost it. 15-point deficit.
Maybe this is like the big, the master plan from GODSENT. They did this at Malmo as well. They picked Train, got wrecked on it in their first game where they played Train, came back strong later on in the tournament. Maybe it's something like, I mean, look at their
Next
logo,
level. They are
Illuminati all over the place.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, this is definitely next level.
It's mind games.
Pronax is even a better mastermind than we thought.
Yeah.
He's just going to get wrecked on one occasion just to be ready for the next one.
The next opponent, exactly, they're going to be like, yeah,
We're going to pick Train.
The ultimate troll, the ultimate trick. Give them the false sense of security of a whole map, and then sweep the rug from underneath them. I find it very doubtful. And there's the man himself. Pronax is there. Pronax? No, I think
he might be busy.
I know. No, I wasn't actually trying to beckon him over. It would be interesting to see
on
what
a
he's
serious note, though, now, we've been talking a bit of trash and etc., but...
I think it's a lot of trash.
Yeah, it is. Too much trash, maybe even. But anyways, talking about Mirage, we talked about it in the pregame that it's not really a good map for GODSENT, and especially not when their key players are not on point.
I don't think it matters seeing how they're playing Cash.
Train. What?
Well, now they play Train,
what?
but when you're talking about the next map, why were you talking about...
Yeah, I know it's going to go to a third with how things is looking like.
okay, my bad. I should have seen it coming.
The future.
Okay,
I should have seen it coming.
I thought it was Mirage.
Okay.
My bad.
Can you show me the Magic 8 ball you have somewhere there? Where is it?
It's missing. It's missing.
Well,
thought so.
Well, you can still give your thoughts on what's going to happen on Cash.
I mean, okay, actually, I see them. If I was to Go Lounge, I might have picked Mirage. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's the old time.